Right, take two. Let's go the right way. It's over there. They never make these gates big enough to get your rucksack through. Okay guys, hi again. Last night I did a moonlight flit, and I set off from work about 1 o'clock in the morning, did a bit of night walking and ended up on top of somewhere called the Gop, which is a Neolithic cairn. So I'll show you some footage outside the tent in a minute of that. I'm going to try and find the cave which is near here as well, that's also Neolithic, and just have a wander around really, and then I'm going to head back home and I'll go through all the gear that I've taken today. I'll do a gear review of what I'll be taking on the West Highland Way. I've just used my hygiene pack, just had a brew by the way, and I've just used some of my hygiene pack, that's why it's out. So I'll go through the full contents of this a bit later on as well, and you know, some other gear. I had one failure last night where this is the head torch I was using, and one of the little things have snapped here, so I might have to do a repair job on that. But if you can see there, it's just snapped there. Very powerful light, only get a couple of hours from the batteries, so I bought 3 sets of batteries. It uses two of these size, which is 18650 batteries. You can charge it through USB, but these batteries are quite heavy in themselves, so I won't be taking it on the West Highland Way. I just used that last night to get here. So I'll bring you back in a little bit folks. I'm just going to get tidied up a little bit. It's awfully warm in this tent. Like I say, there is a bit of a breeze this morning, but no problems last night. Comfortable. I didn't even sleep in the sleeping bag. I slept on top of the sleeping bag last night. I've also got a new pillow. Find the hiking chair, ultralight pillow. Really good. I like the valve on it. It's push button valve, and then that'll stop it. It is very lightweight, very comfortable. Love that pillow. I'd highly recommend that if you're looking at getting an inflatable pillow. Nice and light, quite soft as well to the touch. So that was nice. So I have that last night. no cricky neck this morning. Right, so I'm just going to tidy up a little bit, get some stuff organised, and then we'll be on our way. Might have a bit of a wash as well. But like I say, I'll go through this pack a bit later on when I get home. So I'll catch you in a bit, guys. Thanks for watching. Okay guys, so I've just pretty much done a dry run, and I've managed to pack everything while I've been in my tent. As you can see, the backpack does take up quite a bit of room. Just got my coat left, 2 trekking poles, radio and tripod. Tripod I'm going to be carrying. I'm not going to use if you can hear voices, there's someone up here on the mound, or family I think it is, you know, kids and people. So basically I'm going to move this now, take the inner tent out, pack that away, and then leave the tent in the middle, because I'm pretending that it's raining outside. Leave the tent in the middle, get rid of the outer, the poles and the pegs, stow all that away, and then we should be good to go. I'm going to take you outside in a minute just to show you the view that I've got from up here, and then I'm going to try and find the caves, and then I'll be making my way home. So okay guys, let's get on with it. Okay guys, sorry for the dodgy camera angle. Let's see the best I can do. Managed to get the inner tent down. The rucksack takes up a sizable part of the tent. I've unclipped these, like I said last night. I don't think I should be pitching it with them actually attached. So just rolling this up now. Stuff it in a dry bag. There's two reasons why I use dry bags a lot. One is, if stuff is wet, it stops it transferring to other things in your bag. Say it was raining and the outer of the tent was wet. If I stuffed it next to this in my bag, then obviously it'd make everything else wet. So I separate things into dry bags. They're not the lightest of dry bags. You can get lightweight dry bags. These are carry more ones from Sports Direct. I've got loads of them, so that's why I use dry bags, just to separate things. Also, like pots and pans, when they're wet, just stick them in a dry bag and it won't transfer to anything else in your bag. So that's that bit done. I'm going to leave. See, the rucksack takes up quite a bit of room, so I'm going to leave the rucksack in the tent now while I get the outer tent down. Obviously if it was raining outside I'd have my jacket on and what have you, but this way I would remain dry until I've got it all down. So I've just made sure that the bag, the rucksack's in a position away from the tension bands at the bottom, so that when I do collapse it, the rucksack will still be inside the tent, and then it's just a case of stuffing the outer into there and whacking everything back in the bag. So that's about it folks, I'm going to just crack on with that. Okay guys, it's a bit breezy. Done this the other way around, so I'm actually outside the tent now. I'll just show you the view and then I'll crack on with taking the tent down. It's a bit breezy folks. The tent's squashed down and doesn't really take a lot of room at all. So that's the whole of the tent, just there. So I'll get that lot packed away, put my two trekking poles away. Just going to leave the radio and the tripod out because I want to do some camera work still, so let's crack on. This is also Neolithic. In actual fact, it could be a good little spot for camping. So alright then, there's plenty of cow and sheep dung, but let's see if we can go in and have a look. Yeah, I'll drop me bag, we'll go inside and have a look. Okay, so it's quite muddy, quite bouldery. You can stand up in it. Just got to be careful, it's a bit slippy. There's the entrance. It's quite bouldery in here, so I don't think it would have been like this back in the Neolithic period. I've not got the right footwear for this really, but it does continue a bit on now, down there. I mean, actually in here is no good for camping because it's just too bouldery, and there's not really any ledges where you could get off the floor. Maybe just here you could do it. Yeah, you could do it just here, but you'd have to bring some a bivvy bag, sleeping bag, and some fish screen or something, because there's sheep droppings everywhere, and I would imagine, it doesn't feel too damp, but I would imagine it would get quite damp if it's been raining. So there's Gop Cave, and there is another cave a little bit further on, so we'll go and see if we can find that. Okay, so there's the opening for Gop Cave, and there's a smaller one there. I think that's it. Yeah, so the little one's just down there, the larger one's just there. And I think this would be a bit hard to get in. Let's go and have a look. Okay, so again, very bouldery the floor. You can't really stand up in it. There's a nice draft coming from somewhere. A little bit of a hole there. Goes for quite a way, that one. It just looks like it's a passage. From what I've read on the internet, I think it's a dead end anyway, so there's some limestone formations here. Again, you wouldn't be able to wild camp in this, it's just boulders everywhere. So excuse the poor camera work and the dodgy light. Okay, let's get out of here. Very, very bouldery. There we go. may do a wild camp here one night. Now I know where it is. I reckon I could do something over there. Maybe bring a tarp with me as well. But yeah, I'll have to think about it. So like I say, that one goes in, opens up, very bouldery. You couldn't sleep in there unless it was down this side or along by the camera there. The other one's just too bouldery, very small. So I need some water. I'm quite thirsty, so I need some water. I'm going to start heading back home. The time now is half one, so I'm going to start heading back home. But on the way, I'm hoping to find a water source and take on some water. I've got my Soy Mini with me, mini filter. So I hope you've enjoyed the video so far, folks. Get a bit of a better view from this field I'm in now. So that's where the caves would be, underneath where the limestone is, just there. And there's the cairn. So it's quite sizable. Quite a big one. Well, how was that one, guys? Managed to get a good shot of it then. I think I did. It's bloody warm. There's sweat running off me. Oh, still there. Just moving away from the gop. It's over there. Alright guys, I really did manage to catch some good shots of it then. Still hanging about, it's up there. There it is. Obviously looking for something, but the wide open fields these. Right, enough of the buzzards, let's carry on because time is cracking on. It is now 2:15. So a nice easy path now. This is a bridle way, and this is going to lead me straight home. So I'll pick up a river a bit further down. You can't see yet, but it's just the other side of these. Down in the bottom there's a river, or a bit of a stream, so I'm going to get some water out of there because I've now run out of water completely, and it's a very humid day, hot. Not hot, but very, very mild. And obviously when you're walking, your core temperature gets up, so I'm sweating a little bit still. Nice little cottage, which actually used to be a mill. Oh, there's a buzzard. Loads of them around here. Yeah, it actually used to be a mill, this. On the side of this wall here, there's an old mill wheel. It's Valley of the Mills. I don't know if you can get that in there. can't see what I'm doing either, so yeah, so it's Valley of the Mills. I've done a video on this before, this area, so if you look back to that, I can't remember what I called it. So I've got the river just over here, or the stream, it's down there, but a bit lower down, it's a bit overgrown, but a bit lower down you can actually get access to it. So, and I am still sweating, can't believe it, how warm it is. Not far away from home now, folks, but I do need a drink of water. Okay guys, as you've just seen, just been to fill my water bottle up, and the idea being, just for quickness really, is use my use that filter with that pipe and just drink it straight out of the bottle, rather than use the squeezable bag. I needed that drink. So I'll just keep that in there, like that. Oh, that river's pretty clean. I'm not really worried about, you know, once the water's gone, or pour it away. I'll just give it a quick rinse from the tap. I'm not really worried about the condition of that river. It is, like I say, it is pretty clean. There. It takes you back to the main road eventually. Sounds like there's a bit of a waterfall down here. That's crystal clear water, that, folks. Not the sturdiest of bridges, if I can rock it like that. Right guys, just have to excuse the tractor. So I'm nearly home now. So what I'll do when I get home is do a review on the rucksack, and also show you what I took last night, which will be the gear that I'm taking on the West Highland Way. So I've just got probably another field to go through now, and then I'll be back home. The gate opens the other way, Andrew. Always important to leave gates as you find them. If they're closed, close them. If they're open, leave them open. Sometimes livestock needs to get to food and water, so that's why farmers sometimes leave gates open. Just leave it as you find it, really. It's a bit of the countryside code. And look what I found. Now that was lucky. I didn't even know it was missing. That's from the other day. Well, it could have been yesterday actually when we came out with Max. We came down here with the doggies today. But yeah, that's definitely my compass. I think I'll be lesson learnt there. I think I'll be tying that in to my rucksack in future. Which is making me think, is my bag open? Is the map here, is my bag open? But I'm not seeing anything foot, mind you. I'm just waffling now, aren't I? Okay, so finding that compass, I'm hoping it's not actually mine, it's someone else's, so I'm just going to check my bag. Sorry about the traffic, folks. Right, mine should be this part of the case. So the other map compartment I use is the front one here. Well, there you go, folks. There's mine. So it wasn't my compass, so someone's lost the compass. So now I've got a spare one. Okay guys, so this is the bag I've been using, obviously last night. This is the bag I'll be using for the West Highland Way. It's a Scandika Macaloo. It's 85 litres plus 15, so your 15 litres is there and there on the side pouches, and the pack is actually 85 litres. I found it's a good pack, it's very comfortable. This obviously comes off, it collapses down. Underneath there is a rain cover built in. Just unzip it, it pulls over. It's actually yellow in colour, and it can be detached from the bag if you want to dry it out. But that's the colour of it, nice and yellow. It's not bad. It feels a little bit lightweight. I have had it on a couple of occasions and it does work, keeps most of the bag, fits most of the bag. It's a little bit awkward with this on, but so you get side pouches, quite big, you get clips here, you get two net pouches on the sides. That's got a first aid kit in there. But I'll go through all that later on. You get a zip pocket on the front of this one. It opens at the top there, and you get a zip pocket down the side here for a bag on the front, like a map bag. Pouch on the side here. These aren't detachable, they're just part of the bag. I'll go through what's in there in a bit. Turning it round to the back, it's nice padded area. It's on a molly system, Velcro in the middle, so you can adjust it. Nice padding on the lumbar region. These are way too long. For the clip around the waistline. They're, for a 40-stone man. So I don't really want to chop them down. So I just usually tuck them down the sides here. So like I say, nice padding. It's got a chest clip, so you can harness it to your chest. There's a zip here in the top of the bag, and it's also got some bungee, shock cord, whatever you want to call it, on the top. It opens with two clips either side, one there and one there. It's got loops at the bottom, one there and one there, and Velcro fastenings here. So I've got my walking poles on one side. I'll obviously have ice axe on the other side when I do the West Highland Way. Yeah, so it is a good bag. Like I say, this does detach, and it's just on a clip system. I'll just show you that now. Can be a bit fiddly to get the clips through the loops. It is full of gear as well, so that's not making it any easier. Okay, so that detaches. This is the day sack. If you undo these, feed them back through the loops, there is a zipped compartment there where you can stow the two straps. Nice padding again. It is what it is. It's a day pack. It's got two areas for water bottles, two mesh pockets on the sides, and it's just simply a bag that opens, like I say, opens at the top there, and this can be, it's got a zip all the way around it, so it can actually be cinched together like that to make it small if you require it to be a bit smaller. There's a zip compartment at the bottom here. That's where I put my tent. So that's pretty much it for the bag. They're about £85 plus a few quid postage and packaging on Amazon. It is quite an expensive bag, I know, but you find with the larger bags, especially 85, 100 litre, that kind of size bag, you will pay that bit more. The material is like a nylon, not quite sure what it is, but if you go over to Amazon, the specs are all there. Like I say, there's the other zip pocket on the front. I just keep maps and things in there. So I don't want to waffle on too much about the bag itself. Like I say, I did need a big pack for the West Highland Way, and I threw all my gear in it last night when I went out. Most of the West Highland Way stuff is in here, so it was just a bit of a test really to see if I could get everything in, what the weight would be like. So the actual weight of the bag as it stands now, that's 16 kilos in that, and this probably won't even register. About 3 kilos in that. So 19 kilos. There isn't any food in there. Well, there's a little bit left over from last night, but I've still got to get food in there and a few more things. I'll be swapping and changing it a little bit, you know, as I think I need stuff and what have you. So, but I'm gonna just pause the video now, and I'll bring you back in and show you what I'll actually be taking on the West Highland Way with me. Okay, so I'm going to start with the day sack first. This is what I took last night. 2 water bottles, I think they're about 600 millilitres each. They was two bottles full of water. In the front compartment, I've got maps. That's the compass I found. So I've got the West Highland Way map, Ben Nevis map and Loch Lomond map, plus a decent compass. So that's in the front. Also in the front I've got a map case with a road map of Great Britain. That's it for the front. In the main compartment, that's just rubbish from last night. I've got a micro towel, head torch, but I won't be taking this one, but that's what I used last night to do the filming. which is a bit tangled up. It does need repairing as well, but no doubt that is a decent head torch, nice and bright. That's just food that's left over. There's a Mars bar and a couple of other bits in there. That's my bag for my Primus stove. Spare pair of socks that I got wet last night. 2 batteries for that. Tinder bag, again, don't really need it for the West Highland Way. If earpiece microphone from the radio, won't be taking that. And the strap for me action camera. And that is all that is in that bag. So just put that to one side. And here, pretty sure this is spare clothes. Yeah, so I've got base layer, spare pair of underpants, boxer shorts. So that's all that was in the day sack. Okay, starting on the big bag now. Water bottle, that's a litre one in there. First aid kit, mainly bandages. You're going to be walking on the West Highland Way, more than cutting myself. Blister packs, bandages, Vaseline, there's all kinds of stuff in here. But I'll do a review on the first aid kit on its own. So on the side here, obviously I've got my trekking poles, Lecky Voyager ones, and then on the other side I'll have ice axe, because I'm going in November, I'm going to do some summits, so that's why I require that. In this side it's a bit of a junk bag, I call it my junk bag. Well, I'll just show you quickly what's in here. So I've got RAV power charger, utility knife, multi-tool thing. It's a little bit on the heavy side, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be taking that with me. Probably not, and there's a sharpening stone in there as well. So I probably won't take that, so I'll just put that to one side. Spare batteries for my radio. Now I will be taking my radio, but I'm taking this battery with me. It's empty at the moment. These are lithium ion batteries. This one you can actually fill with AA batteries, so I'll be using that, so I can pick batteries up on the way, you know, when I stop at various places. A charger for the RAV power, if I stop at any pubs or what have you, just give it a quick charge, or my phone a quick charge. I've got a roll of insulation tape, bag of AAA batteries, repair kit for my tent, another bag of AAA batteries. Put them in bags like that, so if they leak I don't lose all the batteries that I've got with me. Obviously I'll be able to buy them from Spars, post offices, that kind of thing on the Highland Way anyway, in the villages. Little bit of paracord, another little bit of paracord, and a spare lighter. So that's what's in my junk bag. Won't be going with me, so put that to one side. Okay, that's them 2 side pouches done. In the top of the bag I've got some soy mini filter, I've got the purger, everything in there, again in a dry bag. so that if it does get wet, it doesn't get everything else wet. Got a map that I used last night, so that won't be going with me. I've got the Petzl Tika head torch, which the batteries, the AAA batteries in there for that. Got a pair of goggles. Obviously, I'm expecting bad weather in November, so a pair of goggles, always nice to keep your face and your eyes dry. These are Bolly goggles, so they're a good make, reputable make, and they don't mist up. Spare walking trousers, waterproof. Woolly hat. Pair of thin gloves, insulation gloves for in the tent, if my hands are cold in the tent, you know, making brews, that kind of thing. These have little pads on them, on the thumb and the forefinger, so they're actually compatible with your phone. So you can use your touch screen. And a pair of mountain equipment, mountaineering gloves, nice and warm. Last but not least, I've got a balaclava, waterproof, breathable, all that kind of thing, so you can keep your face nice and warm. So that's the top part of the bag done. So obviously I've got the radio on there. That can actually come off now as well. Just for a bit of company, listen to normal radio stations, and it also is a ham radio. And I am licensed to use it, so if I get into trouble, secondary line of communication. Open the top of the bag. Crampons, a little bit on the heavy side, but utility pack, wash kit. I'll do a review on that on its own with that first aid kit. Gore-Tex jacket. In here I've got my titanium cooking pots, and inside the cooking pots, fairly good size, nice and lightweight. In here I've got my Primus stove, Primus Spider Express. I've done reviews on this as well, so you can check out the video on that. And a ferrous rod with striker. That's the cooking sorted out. Pair of gaiters, which are now going in the bin because I found out that they've lost their waterproofness, so they can go in the bin, but I had them this last night. Bottle of gas. Inflatable pillar, really good, nice and comfortable. I've got my F10 series Aero compact inflatable mat, 0.66 kilograms, got the specifications on the side there. In this dry bag I've got my sleeping bag and compression sack. It's not in its compression sack at the moment, that's why it's a little bit big, so this morning I just shoved it back into the dry bag. And I've got the Andes lightweight bivvy to go with the sleeping bag. Not sure if I'm going to take that. I might chance it and not take it. And that's it for the main compartment. Last of all, outer tent, Bango Banshee, outer tent, tent poles, inner tent, outer tent, and tent pegs. So that is it, the bag is now empty. So guys, that's pretty much what I'll be taking. The things that I am missing, I'm going to just juggle it about a little bit, but I'm missing some spare clothes and obviously a couple of days worth of food. But on the whole, that is what I'll be taking. Pretty much not a lot else. So I've got my clothing sorted out, my winter gear, ice axe crampons, going to need them if I'm going to be summiting Ben Lomond, Ben Nevis in November. Should be snow on there. Stove for cooking with, obviously, it's quite important. So what I've tried to do when I look at my gear, and I've chosen my gear, is go with the three main things, which is food, water, shelter. So I've got my water bottles, I've got my shelter, my tent, I've got a way of processing water as well, which is important, and the food, like I said, just have it in a dry bag, just lightweight stuff, noodles, chocolate bars, that kind of thing, just a couple of days worth. And then eventually, you know, I could be eating at the hotels and the pubs along the way, and also come off the way, go into the villages and use, you know, spas and, you know, markets, shops and all that kind of thing to pick up food, more food as I need it. So food, water, shelter. The next major important thing is navigation. So I've got all the maps that I need, plus a map of Great Britain, because I might not just do the West Highland Way. I might continue on somewhere else. May do the East Highland Way and the Great Glen Way, depending on time, how long I've got. So navigation is quite important. You've got the first aid kit that's quite important, and a hygiene kit that's quite important. So you could probably get away with just them things, but to make life a little bit more comfortable, you've got to be able to cook, process your water. You've got to be able to, you know, November you're going to need hot food inside you, so you're going to need something to cook it on. I know you're allowed campfires up in Scotland when you wild camp. I may have one just for warmth, but I don't think I'll be cooking on one. It's up to yourselves whether you decide to have campfires and what have you, but don't forget, if you're going in November, it's going to be cold, it's going to be windy, it's going to be raining, possibly snowing, possibly sleeting, and trying to get a campfire going in them conditions, I wouldn't recommend it. At least with a little stove, you can just have your door part open on your tent, just cook your stuff in the porch. I've done it many a times. And the good thing about the Bango Banshee is that it is fire retardant. It does say if the flame is left on the fabric, yeah, it will burn, but if the flame's taken away, it will stop burning. I've coated mine with knit wax, the outer and the inner I've coated with knit wax, so I've got my waterproofing sorted out. So apart from that, guys, there's not much more I can tell you about the gear I'm taking. Got a couple of months yet to fine tune everything. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I know it's been a bit of a long one. I hope you've enjoyed looking at what I'll be taking on the West Highland Way, and I like the fact that you know, you all comment, all the comments. I like the fact that I get them. I do try and answer every single one of them, and I hope you continue to enjoy my videos. I will be doing a 200 subscriber giveaway. That'll be a mixture of some stuff that I no longer use, and maybe a few new things chucked in with it. I'm not sure what the giveaway is yet, but keep your eyes out for that video when I do that. So that's it, folks, from me. Please like and subscribe as always, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.